You what?
I'm fired up about this topic. I just feel like
I know, I am too. And I have received so many responses in regards to, people are like, I don't normally hop on, but you know what? I'm going to hop on for this one. I'm like, you've been missing out.
yeah, I mean, Instagram is my money maker. So, well, really all social media in general. And I feel like really everything I'm going to mention and talk about, you can use that on all platforms, Facebook and LinkedIn. All right, so we need to mute.
Yeah, let's do that.
Woo, I'm so excited to see everybody. I love when people hop on video, but you don't have to. But isn't it just so much cooler, Amanda? Because you're like, okay, it's not just us talking.
Yeah, like getting to see everybody and like facial expressions, like, okay, what I'm saying is making sense.
Yeah, the head nods are good.
Yeah, we appreciate that.
Oh
All right, so if you're on here, will you make sure that you mute yourself so that we don't pick up any of the background noise? But of course, if you do have any questions, we want you to unmute yourself and ask those. But
yeah.
Okay, good. Everybody pretty much did. Thanks, guys.
It can be so distracting when you like hear someone's TV and you're like,
or child screaming.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead and get started. It's 6:02. We have 30 minutes to make this really valuable for you in growing your business with Instagram.
Okay, so I'll start it off.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I get a lot of the same questions, and I wish I could answer all of them in this mastermind, but I figured I would answer the number one question that I always get asked is, should I have two separate Instagram accounts, a personal account and a business account? And I feel very strongly about this, that you should just have one account, because if you have this business account, right, and you're just posting photos of houses, market stats, like that's boring. No one really wants to see that. On my personal, or my one Instagram account that I have, whenever I post a photo of a house, like just listed, just sold, I hardly get a lot of engagement or likes and comments on it, because people want to see you, they want to see what you're doing. And honestly, I only throw up a couple of houses because I want people to see that I'm actually closing deals and not just like some fluff on Instagram. But it should be 80% you and your personal life and what you're doing, and 20% business. One other thing that I want to piggyback off of is people always say like they have no idea, like content ideas. And I mean, I'm always like full of ideas, but I just want to share something so freaking easy. And that's just share what you're doing. There's so many things that we do in this business, especially in the beginning. You know, we're not getting paid for all these things. Like you being here right now doing a training, you're not getting paid to be here. So you should be posting about this. You should be taking a photo, sharing with your sphere, sharing on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram for people who don't know you and can see like, hey, it's pretty late in the day and I'm up here partnering up with all these other people trying to learn and better myself and better my business. Like showcase those things. So we do so many things that we don't get paid for. For example, we're doing all these trainings, all these certifications, we're touring new construction, resale, we're doing open houses, right? And we're not getting paid. From the very beginning, I made my Instagram account 5 years ago when I first got started. And I started sharing all those things that I just mentioned. And I started running into my friends. And everybody wants to talk about work, right? And they see all these things that I'm posting on social media. So they're like, hey, how's it going? How's real estate treating it? It looks like you're killing it. And I'm like, whoa, you think I'm killing it? I haven't even had a sale yet. Like I was never posting like I was at a closing or anything like that. And that's when it clicked for me. I'm like, my friends and these other people who don't know me think that I'm killing it. And I'm just sharing all these things that I'm doing. That's when it clicked with me. And honestly, I'm doing all the exact same things. If you're following me, I'm still showing all the exact same things, only I actually have closings now. So
right.
I feel like content ideas, people are just like over analyzing it so much and feeling like they need to have the absolutely perfect photos. They need to be doing something special. People want to see you and they want to see what you're doing.
And tagging those people that you're with, if you're at a training, tag those people so that they can reshare it and you can get in front of their audience. Tag the location that you're in. You know, that goes a long way. Just like you said, trainings, any sort of previews that you're doing. If you're going to Floor and Decor to pick out some options for your clients, or if you're going to see some new trends, like what's some new flooring everybody is gravitating towards, what's this new backsplash, you know, things like that, go to Floor and Decor and say, you know, tag the location and say, I'm here with my clients, or getting myself up to speed with the trends that are going on. By the way, did you know that I give free designer consults because I know what's going on, like what everybody loves? Everything that you do, you can literally post about. And it doesn't always have to be a photo of you. You could take it, you know, of the people that you're with or of the designs, you know, but I think it's just it's a matter of consistently doing it and showing what you're always up to. I think people care about that more than, oh, you sold 17 homes this month.
Oh yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares about that at all. And everyone has an opinion. So when you ask questions, I really like to do in my captions, like, hey, post below, comment below. I want to know XYZ. What do you think about this? Yes or no? Post an emoji, because that also, it gets people engaging on your post, but it's going to help your algorithm that you're going to keep commenting or posting up on their feed if they keep commenting on your stuff. But you have to ask them a question. So
definitely. And I would say too, when you're consistent doing something like Home Buyer Tips Tuesday, Local Business Interview Wednesday, Investor Thursday, Home Builder Tour Saturday, when you're doing things like that and you're consistent with it, your people are going to come and look at your page on those specific days because that interests them. And make a hashtag around it and, you know, just promote it everywhere. That stuff is huge. People love that.
Yeah, and if you're like, to me, I feel like there's just endless content out there because we do so many things every single day, even if you're part-time. If you're doing something for an hour out of the day, post what that was. People don't know that you're part-time or that was only a 1 hour of calls or something. You know, just share it. I've been consistently posting for 5 years now, and I feel like that has been absolutely key, and having patience. Some people will ask me, hey, you know, how do I get followers? How do I do X, Y, Z? And it's just like, you got to show up, you got to be consistent, and have patience.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it's not about always showing up and looking pretty, right? Like, it's okay that you're in your gym clothes or that your hair is pulled up or, you know, that you're not your best self. People like when you're real, and when you're real, you're relatable. So no matter what it is, if you're having a bad hair day, you got your glasses on, no makeup on, just whatever it is, just consistently show up. People like that. And they're like, hey, she's just like me. You know, it's not always winging the eyeliner and the hair is all curled and dolled up, right?
Yeah. Oh, I love sharing this story. So this woman who is really big on YouTube, and she would show up and do these YouTube videos. I mean, she has hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and she would show up. I mean, half the time she like didn't have her makeup done, but she got really big on YouTube, and she's like, once I get a certain amount of subscribers, I am going to rent out this studio. I'm going to get you know, my hair professionally done, makeup, have my outfit done. She rented out a studio and started putting out content at this spot, and then her views went down, and she asked her audience, like, hey, you know, what do you think about my content? What's going on? She was getting advice from her mentors, and they were just like, your followers don't want to see that. They don't want to see you perfectly done and doing these scripted videos. Like, they want to see you being authentic because you're more relatable. And I know that, oh my gosh, like people always say like, I just don't want to show up on video. I don't like how I look. I don't like how I sound. I didn't, get ready that day. But like today, I came home, I changed, I went to walk Goldie, and I did a video, and I was like, I really like how I look. And I was like, you know what? No one really cares. No one even cares at all. That I threw my hair up, and like, we're not getting it. We're just like over analyzing these things. And one other thing that I want to mention about videos is my videos from the beginning. If you go back to my YouTube channel, oh my gosh, you guys, I cringe. They are so freaking bad. They're horrible. But I will say that we all have to start somewhere. You don't just get on video and like feel super confident and like you got this. It takes some time, and I totally get being nervous about it, but I wouldn't be able to be sitting here in front of, how many people are in here? 34 people, and be able to talk live if I didn't go through that process to grow, to get better, to practice. Because you have to go through that. You have to learn, have your friends critique you and give you suggestions, because I feel like that's everyone's struggle, right? Like no one can do videos. They just have such a hard time with it. It's hard, right? I would love to know people's thoughts. Like, comment in the chat box. Are you posting videos? Do you feel confident with posting videos? Or are you struggling? Like, let's just be honest. Where are you at right now?
Yeah.
I would be curious to know like where people are at that are in this call.
Definitely. And so that is both relatable to the content that you're putting out on your regular page and the stories. So I'd be curious to see how many people are using stories and doing it at a high level of videos and engagement. And that's the other thing that we wanted to discuss, is the engagement side of things. Obviously asking the questions like you've already said. And then when you're using stories, using the polls that you have and asking questions or comments or opinions, utilize those features, because the more people that engage with your story, they'll see your story at the beginning of their friends, and it will show up on the front of their page, really. So I see a lot of comments about videos. So should we talk about some videos before we get into like just content and the presence of your Instagram?
Well, I'm going to break down like how to have meaningful conversations with people on social media and how to find your ideal customer. Is that cool?
Sure, go for it. And then I'll chime in.
Okay, so when it comes to building meaningful conversations, I feel like this is so important, because this is a great platform for you to get in front of people for free. Like I had someone recently, she posted a video and she felt very discouraged because she only had 50 views. And I'm like, 50? That is awesome. She's like, oh, but so-and-so gets, thousands of views. And I said, do you know how hard it would be to get 50 people in a room? You have to probably pay for that space. You have to plan, you have to drive. You probably have to give some things away for free. You got to come up with a presentation. Like, just think how much work and time that is. But yet you took that video in your office and it took you a couple of minutes and you got 50 views for free. Like, what? That is amazing. I think that is such an accomplishment. Instead of focusing so much on that view number, why don't you figure out who those people are that are viewing and dial in on those 50 people and build a relationship with them? Engage. Like, social media is meant to be social. Find out what they thought about the video, if they had any takeaways. I love reaching out to people on social media, and they're always shocked because I'll send them a message. I love, like, if you send me a friend request right now, you're going to get a message back from me. And it might be a text, but I've been doing a lot of voice memos and actual videos. And when I send them a video back, like, hey, I'm Stevie. Thank you so much for following me. I'm really glad that we connected. I mean, it's mostly real estate agents. And I'm just like, hey, let me know where you're at. If there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. And then we get that conversation going. But with people locally, I mean, this is a great opportunity for you to partner up with other business owners, people who want to collaborate with you, send them a message on Instagram. Hey, let's get together. Let's get coffee. Let's figure out how we can collaborate and help each other's businesses. Like, instead of just creeping and scrolling, actually engage with people. It's just so much more. Like, if people like my stuff, okay, it doesn't really mean anything to me. But if you're sending me a personal message and you're, complimenting my content, or you want to get together, it's just so much more meaningful. And, I try to build these relationships on social media, but man, when I take those relationships and meet up with people in person, even people that I went to high school with, we connect on social media, right? And we're talking and catching up and stuff. But when we get to actually meet in person, we really get to build that relationship. And what ends up happening every single time, not every time, but a lot of the time, is they obviously know I'm in real estate. They see all my social media stuff, and we talk about my business. They ask me about my business, and I tell them about it, and I ask them, hey, do you happen to know of anybody? And usually they do. And unless you, I feel like, are in person and able to engage and ask for the business, like, they aren't just going to reach out to you on social media and be like, oh yeah, by the way, Susie wants to buy, right?
Yeah, definitely. So what I'm hearing you say, because I'm seeing some responses in the chat that people aren't, they're not comfortable putting themselves on camera, or they're not comfortable, they're just not confident yet. Take that tactic right there and reach out to some restaurants and say, I'm a local business owner just like yourself. I would love to interview you because I have a great following on social media. Can I stop by Tuesday at 10 for about 30 minutes to learn more about your business and yourself? What business owner is going to say no? They're going to say, oh my gosh, yes, I love that. Coffee on me if you record it and you post it on your social media account. Like, that's like, you don't have to always be the face of it, especially starting out. If you're just not comfortable with that, take advantage of the other people that you can put on camera without yourself. And you're still getting in front of so many of your viewers, and it's an opportunity for them to engage. And then again, it's tagging those people, tagging those locations so that they'll share it, and then your face is now in front of their clientele.
Yeah, and if you're interviewing these business owners, you're probably not even going to be talking that much. You'll ask one question, and people love to talk about themselves, and they love to talk about their business, and they're going to go on and answer that question with a couple sentences. So I just feel like that's probably the easiest way. And videos have, honestly, I know how tough it is. And when like I said, I first got started, I started posting photos. And my friend, Greg McDaniel, he's a real estate agent out in California, a good friend of mine. It literally took him a year to get it in my brain. And he had told me so many times, like, you need to get on video. It is going to blow up your business. Yeah. That's just where the things are going right now. You have to do that. So if you need somebody in your life to tell you that, like, I'm more than happy to do it, because I'm so grateful for him. Because honestly, once I started posting videos, yeah, you know what? They sucked, but I was real and I was authentic. I was nervous. People saw that. My first Instagram live that I did in a video, my hand was shaking and it was obvious. People loved it. And I was real, and I got better, and now I can do lives and I'm perfectly fine. But my business really did blow up, and I cannot even fathom where I would be right now if I had not taken myself out of my comfort zone and just did the damn thing. There's so much credibility behind somebody doing a video.
Definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. So let's dive into the actual content that we're putting out. So it's cool if you're putting out just listed, just sold, under contracts, and all of those things. That's awesome. However, what can you do to send a message to the clientele where you're telling, not selling? So people love hearing experiences. They don't care that you just got a new listing. Most of the people are like, I don't even know what that means. They're like, what do you mean a new listing? Like, you're listing what? You're listing that house? I don't get it. Like, the general public, they don't understand what that means. But when you say, Wow, I was at the grocery store the other day, struck up a conversation with somebody about real estate, and they mentioned that their mom had a home to sell. Went over and met the mom, and now I'm going to be listing her home, and she's going to be moving to Georgia to be closer to her grandkids. And I'm just so grateful for going outside of my comfort zone and striking a conversation up with somebody at Kroger. Like, that is going to get somebody's attention then just listed in beautiful Mansfield. Like, people don't care about that. What experiences are you sharing with the clients, with the audience? Like, instead of just sold, like, I had the opportunity to help this first-time home buyer. I helped save them $5,000 in closing cost. You know, that's gonna get somebody's attention much more than, you know, just your wins and your accomplishments. So share your experiences, because that's going to be much more relatable than just people feeling like you're just selling them. Even if you're not trying to sell them, it's just salesy.
I definitely get more engagement. I was like, when I would have a closing, just be like, oh, just sold in Nocatee, yada, yada. But when I started sharing that experience, even if some things got a little bit rocky, I was honest about it and would share that whole story. And I got so much more engagement from it. People want to see that. They want to hear that.
Yeah.
And it'll build your brand 100%.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the presence of your profile and the importance of having a clean profile.
Okay, well, I think the bio needs to be straight to the point and no fluff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just see some other things. You know, we all, maybe this is part-time for you, and you know, you have like some side hustles, or you know, you've got a dog, and you know, like, I just see so much like busyness. It's like, I feel like just get straight to the point. And what are some major things that are going to be like captivating?
Definitely.
Stand out.
When somebody clicks on your profile, they're usually having about 3 seconds to determine if they want to follow you or not. So have a clean profile, have your bio nicely done. I even suggest where it says like click more for more of your bio. Try to have the information just straight to the point where they don't have to click that, because chances are they're not going to anyways. We're in such a immediate information environment, right? Everybody wants the information now. They don't want to have to click and scroll and do all of those things. And the other piece of that is having clean images. So if you're using like a third-party site to post for you, make sure that that image is a true 1x1 dimension, and that it's not pixelated or blurry. That is going to draw people away. They don't want to see that. So it's making sure that it's super clean.
And you wanted to touch base on scheduling ahead of time, right?
Yeah. So one of the things that you could do as a leverage piece is you can schedule your post ahead of time. So for anyone on here that's a Keller Williams agent, that is a feature in KW Command. You can schedule your posts ahead of time. So like, talk about total game changer, and it's for free. Do that every single Sunday so that you're taken care of for the week, and then you don't even have to think about it again. So that's a tip. And then there's other apps out there that you can pay for. I think the Later app is, I think it's $100 for the year or something like that. So that could be something that you utilize.
I used to have a Hootsuite, and it synced with LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, and it was super easy. You just put the content in there, you pick the day and the time. And what's cool about your Instagram, if it's set up as an actual business Instagram, you can see your insights, and you can see like the busiest times when people are more likely to see your stuff. And you could set up your post to go out during those busiest times.
Yes. So what that means, if you have your Instagram set up as a business account, you can click on your profile, and up at the top right, there's 3 lines. Click on that, then click on Insights. It's a total game changer. You're going to be able to see how many people are viewing your stories, what have been your most viewed and engagement posts, time of day, your audience, geographically, where are they from, age range, male, female. Take a look at that, because you want to know who your audience is so that you can be having the content targeted towards them.
I like it. Hopefully this is beneficial for everyone. I would love for people to comment in the chat and like let us know.
Yeah, we'll take about 2-3 minutes for questions. So go ahead and ask your questions. Now I did see one, are stories better than pictures?
I don't think one is better than the other. I think you need to be, you're probably not posting enough content. So definitely storing is so important. Videos, putting videos on your Instagram feed, and then, still posting some photos. Like, why not make it 50-50? Just don't overanalyze it and just post. Get those videos, get those photos, get as much content out there as you can, because really only a small percentage of people are actually seeing your post. So if you're really only posting like once a week, like how often is that really going to get seen? But if you're posting 3 times a day, that's how it really helped to build up my following. Was I was posting a lot, hashtagging, locations. I mean, that's how you're going to get people.
Definitely. Here's a good one. I don't know whether to post my videos to business Facebook page or personal. So while this is an Instagram course, I would still say, depending on the content. So like I did a tour of a condo today, and I posted that on my personal page. But when I'm talking about like down payment assistance programs, or a closing and helping out this buyer, or selling this home and, working with this seller, I pretty much post those to my business page. But I know that if I'm doing videos, like especially a Facebook Live video, I'm doing that for my personal page because I know that my engagement is going to skyrocket, and then being able to like tag my business page there. So that's what I do.
Yeah, I really have been posting. I mean, it depends on what it is, but I'm like, the more views, the better. And even if somebody I'm Facebook friends with and they do like my Facebook business page, they're probably not seeing both anyways, if they're even seeing one. It's just like, hit them at all angles.
Yeah,
LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, just get that content out there.
And I noticed that there's different like geometrics of, what I should say, like just different types of people are going to be on Instagram versus Facebook. So having that content, in front of who your audience is, depending if it's going to be your Facebook audience or your Instagram audience. Someone else said that they just forget posting videos. So just
set a reminder.
Be intentional about it. Maybe you set an alarm on, so I have on my watch, I have a couple alarms set where it just vibrates my wrist. And like, I know that at 9 a.m., I have an alarm that's going to go off, and I know that that's my trigger for writing down my gratitudes. If I haven't written down my gratitudes, my watch is going to go off no matter what, but I know 9 a.m., that's what that's for. My noon one is to make sure that I'm halfway done with my water. Like different things like that. Maybe set a reminder for yourself at, 11 a.m. Are you going to be going out for lunch somewhere in an hour? Well, maybe you get there 30 minutes ahead of time so that you can schedule post a video. Is there any specific content that you would recommend? Sometimes I feel like I don't have good content. I'm also a part-time agent. So there's tons of content. Literally everything that you do throughout the day could be content. Don't overthink it. Just like Stevie was saying with trainings that you're going to, snap a picture of your computer screen right now and say, oh, just had a mastermind with 35 top agents, and we talked about this, and this. If you're, whatever it is.
I mean, I post about a lot of things, like everything, and I'm not over analyzing it. And I think, you can just post like such a perception on here, even if you don't have closings, like I was mentioning in the beginning. That's okay. People don't know, and they don't care. You have to get people to know, like, and trust you. And that is what has been so beneficial. My, the listing appointment that I just went to the other day was like my first listing appointment where they didn't know me ahead of time, and I was actually there for 2.5 hours. But besides that, like all my listing appointments are like seriously 15 minutes. And I've never met them before, but I built this credibility with social media. They feel like they know, like, and trust me. I'm not competing against other people. Like, don't you want to build that for yourself so that when you go in that listing appointment, they're just like, well, no, we're going to go with you. Like, me sitting down at the table the other day was different. I was like, all right, here we go. Got a listing presentation. And she was interviewing other real estate agents. And halfway through, she's like, I'm listening with you. You know your stuff and I trust you. She said she trusts me so many times. And I feel like that's just what you have to do. And showing up on these platforms, how many opportunities are you missing? Seriously. Because that's where I get all my business. Honestly, so many of my friends, business relationships, so many opportunities. I wouldn't be here right now if I wasn't on Instagram. There's just so many things, and you're really honestly leaving free money on the table. I don't pay for leads. These are all people that have found me, and these are all people, they're my ideal customer. They already know me, they already trust me, they know my personality, and they're just like me. I'm sure there's people who come through on my LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, and I'm not for them. And guess what? I don't want to work with them. So that's okay. And I know people mention all the time how, like, I don't know what to post. I don't know if, like, I'm nervous about being me, being personal. I'm different. You are so special, and you're going to attract people who are just like you. And that is the perfect ideal customer.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more on that.
Okay. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
Gosh, I feel like it's so crazy. This 30 minutes goes by so fast. And it's like wild to me. And even the week, like every time we do this, I'm like, oh my gosh, we just were together. But, you know, we really wish that we could share with you more Instagram tips. I mean, this is my favorite topic, and I'm so passionate about it. And I feel like we could be here for hours. Like, I could analyze your social media. I could give you so many more tips. And about, you know, getting customers, how to build a brand, all those things. But unfortunately, we only have this short amount of time together. So I just want to, you know, I get so many messages. We both get so many messages every week from you guys and other people who couldn't make the call. Just, I talked about my business plan so much over the last couple of months. And like, so many people messaged me about that, needing help with their business plan, social media strategies, help with time blocking. And I want to share all my tips with you, and I want to help your businesses grow and get you out of your comfort zone. So Amanda and I have created a mentorship, and we're launching this beta launch. And, you know, I really remember when I first started how hard it was, not knowing any kind of direction to go into, no clue how to make a business plan. You know, when it came to social media, I wish I knew what I know now. I probably could have grown that a lot quicker, but, you know, had to go through that process. But so if you're kind of like feeling the same and you are wanting help with accountability, goal setting, helping with your business plan, like, I've gotten a lot of messages since the new year that people haven't even made their business plan. And I was working on mine like months ago, and social media strategies. So we want to open up this mentorship for you guys. If you're interested, Amanda's going to share the link in the chat box so that you can set up a time with us for a consult to see if we're a good fit for each other, if this is even something that you're looking for, and we can see if we can help you grow in your business. Having this tribe and building these friendships has really helped me out in my business. So we want to just be able to do that for you guys too. So
we're really excited and really looking forward to it. So whether you're needing accountability, direction, guidance, help with scripts, help with social media, we're providing all of the content, and it's going to be more than just 30 minutes on a weekly basis. So we posted that link for you guys to sign up for just a time to talk with us one-on-one, and then we'll see from there if, you know, working together and our goals align for a mentorship program.
Yeah. So we'll still be here every Wednesday night for free.
For free. Yeah.
For free, 7 p.m. Eastern. We're not going anywhere. It's just so short. It's 30 minutes. And, you know, you're getting two different agents, we do things so differently. So for us to just give you all of our tips and suggestions and sharing with you all the things how we run our business, there's just not enough time. And we want to help you. We know how hard it is. And I wish, oh my gosh, I was just like telling Amanda, I wish when I first got started that I had this opportunity at an affordable price to have someone help me with my business, like one-on-one. So I think it's going to be really cool and so beneficial, and we're really excited. So let's wrap it up. Thank you guys so much.
And yeah, and you guys, just like we said with sharing content, take a picture right now of you should be able to see everybody's screen. Take a picture of it, tag us on Instagram, share it with your friends on Instagram as an actual post and on Facebook, and talk about everything that you learned from tonight, because when you put this content out there, you're gonna, of course,
tell your friends how you are doing a training at almost 8:00 at night.
Yep. And you're dedicated to building your business and creating a maximum exposure for yourself, your business, and their listing, whatever it is, however you want to advertise it. But yeah. So, cool. All right, guys. Well, everybody have a great week, and we will talk with you soon.
All right. Bye. Bye.